Welcome, everybody. You're listening to the Maximize Living Radio Show. My name is Dr. Nick Barnes. I'm your host and also the owner of Health From Within. We're a local health center here in the St. Louis region, bringing you guys truth about health and healing over the airwaves. And we know today's going to be an incredible show. We have some amazing testimonies and stories about people who are just healing and functioning at 100% when once they weren't when they came into our clinic. And so the reason that I share patient testimonies every single show and really every time I'm speaking in the community and or the office is because I know that there's people out there who are listening to the show who may not have hope when it comes to their health anymore. Maybe they've been lost. They maybe they're on multiple medications. Maybe they think they have their health in order, but they really don't. And so no matter what camp you're in, I want to make sure you know that we're able to reach you today. And my mission is to transform the way that you view and manage your health in order to prevent and reverse sickness, suffering, symptoms, and disease so that you can live to your God-given potential. That's what we do. That's why I've been on the radio show now for going on 9 years because I'm passionate about reaching the unreached. We know that if I were just to focus on, 1,000 patients in my clinic and I'm not willing to reach outside of my office walls into different cities, different states, different countries, then we know that the truth is really not getting out there and that people are still lost. And so, as I said, my name is Dr. Nick Barnes. In order to get a hold of us, the best way to do that is just by calling us or texting us or checking us out on our website. And so our website is healthfromwithinstl.com. It's healthfromwithinstl.com. And the phone number that you can reach us at throughout the show today or text us or call us is 314-323-7214. It's 314-323-7214. You know, when I think about as I prepare for the show week in, week out, the preparation comes from either firsthand experiences I've heard from patients, family, friends, of course, patient testimonies, but also what's coming across the news and what we're being told, and either the truths that we're being told or the lies that we're being told. And so at the end of the day, we know right now in the crisis that we're in, I mean, things have opened back up or slightly opened back up in the St. Louis area, thankfully. And there's more cars on the road, which is a good sign. Sorry for the people that hate traffic, but more cars on the road means more money in our economy. So that's great. And so I want to make sure that we know that there's a blessing to this, that things are opened up, that from the numbers, it looks like we have flattened the curve, if people believe that. And so whether it's people are worried about wearing a mask, not worried about wearing a mask, if you don't want to go to Costco anymore, don't want to go to Schnucks or whatever the case may be, whether you've suffered with COVID, you know someone who has, maybe you know someone who's passed away from COVID, my heart goes out to you guys. The disclaimer here is this, that the people on the front lines are literally saving lives. We have a lot of nurses and doctors in our clinic, and they're being exposed to COVID. And the people that I know are fighting it well. They're getting over it, which is great. And at the end of the day, this virus is going to be novel, meaning it's new to most of us. But we'll have to be exposed to up to 70% of our population has to be exposed to this in order for us to create herd immunity or immunity to that. And it's not going anywhere. So it's going to be with us year in, year out, season in, season out. And so I think what's going to happen is we got to start to ask ourselves questions and ask the community questions. Is that, one, is it logical with what we're currently doing? And there's research out there on both sides that you can look up and figure that out. One, is it logical what we're currently doing, how we're responding to this virus? And then two, is it sustainable? And when I ask medical professionals this, and people on the front lines and people who are educated in this, scientists, researchers, at the end of the day, it's just not sustainable. And I'd actually argue that it's really not logical how our culture has responded, right? But it's not sustainable. That's the biggest thing. We're not going to wear masks for the rest of our lives. We're not going to not see our family next Easter. We're not going to not go to church next Easter. We're going to be able to travel again. All these things are going to come back, and guess what's still going to be here? The virus and viruses are going to still be here. And so I want to remind you, to all the listeners out there, that there's 380 trillion viruses in your body right now, and we're scared of one or two or three or four. So these viruses are designed to not designed, I shouldn't say that because that's a whole other conspiracy, but these viruses are actually meant to, right, to actually adapt and to mutate and to transform and to change with the environment that it's in. You know what else is our bodies are too, right? Our body's designed to adapt and transform and change and renew and be restored, right? So these viruses and bacterial infections that are out there right now and have always been out there, right? All different forms, shapes, and forms, always are mutating to adapt to its environment. And the only way that we're going to be able to get over this is if the host, meaning your body, is healthy enough to either be exposed to it and never express the symptoms, but still build antibodies for it, or to be exposed to it, express symptoms, and still build up antibodies to it. We're all going to face this some way, shape, or form, right? Just like the flu, right? We're always going to have to face the flu in some way, shape, or form. There's going to be professional sports that come back. Things are going to hopefully get back to normal, per se. But I want to recognize that, to answer the two questions you got to ask yourself, if you're being fearful, someone who is, or let's say you think you're being logical, or someone in your family is scared, or whatever it is, the first question is it logical with how we responded, with how we are currently acting or responding? And then two, is it sustainable? I mean, if it passes, this goes for anything in health. If it passes the test, well, okay, then this is validated. I get that. But if it doesn't pass those two questions, then it can't be validated. It's just not the truth, right? It's just not the truth. And so, you guys, if you're listening to the show and you want hope, guys, we are hope dealers, right? I want to make sure that you have so much hope when it comes to your body's ability to heal itself, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, that your body's designed to be exposed to viruses and fight off viruses, whether you think so or not. Your body's designed for that. Your body's designed to heal and function 100%. You were created to be exposed to things in the environment and be able to deal with them and fight them off to the best of their ability. If you've ignored your health for years and you're on multiple medications, or you have a pre-existing diagnosis and pre-existing condition, guess what? You're going to be at higher risk for any virus, any infection, any chronic illness, not just this one, any of them, right? And so at the end of the day, we got to take responsibility and say, listen, unless I was truly born with a disease, much of the time over life, most likely ignorantly, just not knowing any different, you've gotten to the point where you're at because you didn't know any better. That's usually the case. People don't really know any better, right? And so the good news is, no matter how much you've lost your health, or what conditions you've been diagnosed with, or what chronic illness you've been told you're going to have or have, listen, any single change that we make in our health, day in, day out, moving the ball in the right direction, is either going to make us healthier or it's going to make us sicker. And so my hope and prayer for you is that the decisions that you continue to make for your health, or choose to make with your health, I should say, are only going to make you what? Healthier. That's my goal, right? We're not looking for perfection, but we want progress, right? We don't want perfection. We want progress in our health. And so if we're living a lifestyle where 80% of our lifestyle is going to move us in the right direction and 20% may move us in the wrong direction, you're doing better than most Americans. It's time that we just do that 1% better, right? How do we get to that next level, that 1% better, 1% better? And so on this show, that's my hope. That's the whole purpose for me being on the radio, is to share with you guys that there's hope when it comes to health and healing, that you're not in this alone. You're not in this alone. I'm here for you. There's people in my profession that are here for you, right? We are literally your health team, not your sick team, your health team. See, we have one of the best sick care and crisis care systems in the world. Listen, we have some of the best doctors that I take care of in my clinic. We have some of the best nurses and nurse practitioners, anesthesiologists and surgeons that are patients in our clinic, and that we see and we help, and we see people who are trying to get healthy in the medical model. Like, we have some of the best people in the healthcare model, but it's not real healthcare, it's sick care. See, sickness and crisis care is designed to save your life. It's not designed for chronic care. It's designed to, okay, do you need surgery? Get the surgery, get out. Do you need a life-saving medication? Yes. Do you need some medical testing? Yes, get it done. But don't use the crisis care and sick care model as chronic care, because that's not the answer. Yeah, some of my best friends are nurse practitioners, and people that I know and love and care about are in the medical model. But the problem is that the model's broken. And you know who broke it? It's not the people. It's not the medical doctors that broke it. It's not the pharmaceutical companies that broke it. It's not the CEO of the hospitals that broke it. It's not even your insurance company that broke it. It's the culture that's demanded this certain level of care where they want a quick fix. They want a pill for every ill. And guess what? Unfortunately, the culture has driven the market demand to not take any responsibility. So you know what doctors have done is they said, well, you're right. It runs in your genes. It runs in your family. It must be your age. Here's a pill for every ill. And that way you don't have to change anything in your lifestyle. But it's not the doctor's fault. It's the patient's fault who's not willing to take responsibility and change the outcome of their health, but instead blame it on something else. And so my hope and prayer for anyone listening or watching this right now, or in a year from now, or 3 years from now, whatever it is that we start to take responsibility for our health. We start to say, listen, getting healthy is going to be inconvenient sometimes. It's going to be uncomfortable sometimes. And it's going to take a level of investment of time and finances into health than it is into sickness. Because at the end of the day, when you lose your health, it gets inconvenient, it gets uncomfortable. And guess what? It takes an investment of money that you'll never get a return on investment on, except maybe getting your life saved, right? So let's do this. For all the listeners and people watch out there, let's do this. Let's vow to take responsibility for our health. Realize that getting healthy isn't going to be easy all the time. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be inconvenient. And guess what? It's going to take time and money and energy to invest into our health now to yield the return on investment that we all hope and pray for, than just waiting to lose our health and going to this level of sickness and being in the chronic crisis care model and never getting results. And I share stories of people in our clinic because you know what? You deserve to hear the truth. And so one of those people that has seen amazing results in our clinic, her name is Hannah. Hannah came in about a year ago and she heard us in the radio show and she saw us on Facebook and she goes, listen, it's time that I come in. She goes, I'm 20 pounds overweight. I have neck pain all the time. And I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep at night. And I go, Hannah, what have you done for this? She goes, well, I tried massage. I tried essential oils. I tried changing my diet, tried exercising. And guess what? All the things she was doing were right at spot on. I loved her lifestyle. But the problem is she'd never been to a chiropractor. She never had her neck examined. The reason that we examined her neck is because the nerves that come out of the neck affect her thyroid, it affects her metabolism, and affects her sleep patterns. There was no coincidence that she had neck pain and all sleep issues, thyroid issues, and weight problems. It made complete sense. We x-rayed her spine. We saw damage in her neck. The neck should be at a 45-degree curvature. Hers was at 0 degrees. She lost 100% of the curvature in her neck. And we realized that if we took pressure off the nervous system, the body was going to start to heal. And then when the body heals, her body starts to function. So Hannah started getting adjusted in our clinic under chiropractic care. Her neck pain started to go away. Her thyroid medication started to be reduced by her medical doctor. And guess what? She was sleeping again. She was sleeping again. What's amazing is this, after a year of care in the clinic, just recently she goes, Dr. Nick, I'm at the weight that I was before I was married. This is insane. I've lost 30 pounds. My neck pain is completely gone. And now my doctor took me off all my thyroid medication and I'm sleeping 8 to 9 hours a night. You changed my life. And I go, no, Hannah, you started by taking the first step in your health. You took action. And when most people just listen and say, that's good, that sounds good, but it's not for me, you said it's going to be for me. And it's exactly the results that you got, Hannah. So if you're listening out there and you say, how do I see what's wrong with my neck? How do I see if I can sleep better or lose weight? The first step is by coming into our clinic. Normally to come into our clinic for a new patient appointment, it's $150. But if you're listening to the show right now and you want to schedule a new patient right now, you just got to pick up the phone and call. And when you call, instead of it being $150, it's going to only be $60, which is insane. You save $90. So this is the catch. You got to pick up the phone and call. When you call, I will schedule you for a new patient appointment. We'll take this $60 payment over the phone. And that way, when you come in, there's no additional cost whatsoever. The number to call right now to schedule a new patient appointment is 314-323-7214. 314-323-7214. We'll be right back after the break. Hey, Facebook, thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. If you don't mind, make comments on where you're listening and watching this from, whether it's St. Louis, Hawaii, Philippines, Florida, wherever you're at. Let us know. Drop us a line in the comment section. If you have any specific topics you want me to cover, also comment that. Leave that in the comment section. And I will definitely get back to you. And then also, that is the number you can text in right now if you do want to schedule a new patient appointment, or just have any questions, you can text that number. Okay. Going on to the second segment here. Perfect. I'm ready. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Maximize Living Radio Show. My name is Dr. Nick Barnes. I'm your host, also the owner of Health From Within Family Chiropractic. We are a local health center here in the St. Louis region, bringing you guys truth about health and healing over the airways. We are located in Rock Hill, Missouri, right at the corner of Manchester, McKnight. We have people that drive anywhere from up to an hour and 45 minutes one way to get to our clinic. And the reason is because we're doing something that most people have never experienced. We're doing something called teaching and living the 5 essentials, right? So mindset, nervous system, nutrition, exercise, detoxing. But the most important thing that most people are overlooking is getting their spine checked and corrected. Most people don't do that. So what I'll tell you is this. Is that you have to find a chiropractor that is focused on looking at the health of the structure of your spine, focus on the vitality of your nervous system by correcting your spine and believing that the body's designed to heal and do the work. Not that I'm the chiropractor that heals you, not that any chiropractor actually heals you, but your nervous system heals itself. And so if we find a chiropractor that focuses on structure of the spine, that leads to the health of the nervous system, which then leads to the health of the body, that's who you have to go to. So if you guys aren't in the area of St. Louis and you're trying to find a place that would be great for you to go to, listen, drop a line. You can text in right now your zip code, and I'll find a chiropractor closest to you that I'd love and care about, and I'll plug you into their clinic. The number to text in right now is 314-323-7214. 314-323-7214. If you text in your zip code, I'll find a doc for you. Or if you have a family member that's outside of St. Louis that would love to benefit from what we do in our clinic. There's offices all across the country, actually across the world, doing similar care that we're doing, but there's only 1 in 75 that are doing a level of correction that we're doing. But we have about 500, 600 people in our network that we can plug you into right now across the country, across the world. So once again, if you have any family members that you want to get plugged into a clinic, if you're not in the St. Louis region and you want to get plugged into a clinic, just text in your zip code and I'll find a doc for you. The number to text in is 314-323-7214. It's 314-323-7214. Last segment we talked about Hannah. And we talked about Hannah because I knew where she was when she first came in. She was 30 pounds overweight. Her neck pain was horrible because she sits at a desk all the time. She couldn't sleep at night. She was crabby, and her thyroid was a mess. She was on 3 thyroid medications. Listen, if one doesn't work, the third one's not going to work, guys. That's not the answer, okay? We found damage in her spine. We started to correct the damage in her spine. We're restoring the curvature in her spine. Neck pain went away. Thyroid problems went completely away. Thyroid completely healed. Her doctor took her off all of our medications. She lost 30 pounds, and her sleep was better. Why? Because she decided to fix the curvature in her neck. You guys, if you don't know what your spine looks like, that is the most important thing when it comes to health that we have to focus on first. Why? Because our body is designed to heal from above down and inside out. Our brain sends signals down the spinal cord across the nervous system that branches out to the nerve roots that come out of the spine, that go to your heart, that go to your lungs, that go to your stomach, that go to your fingertips. It controls your immune system to fight off a virus called COVID-19, right? For your colon to digest food, for your heart to beat, for your lungs to breathe, for your insulin to be produced when it needs to be produced. Your brain controls it all. It is not just Dr. Nick research. Medical research proves this. Medical research proves this. And so if medical research proves this, then I think we got to start asking more questions. Why don't we ever take care of our spine? Why do we wait till it's degenerated or arthritic? Why do we do that? Why do we wait? Because we're never taught that it's vital. So guess when people get adjusted in my clinic, if I have to say in it, from birth, where we literally adjust babies from birth. Why? Because it's better to raise a healthy person by getting their spine adjusted from birth than people in their 90s. It's a lot harder for people in their 90s, right? So birth is way easier. Why? Because that's the first stress in life. If there's damage in the spine from birth, if nothing's done about it, it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse over time. And so my hope and prayer is that every single baby, my vision and my mission is that every single baby is getting their spine checked. Could you imagine? I mean, think about this. Like, can you imagine every maternity floor, every mommy baby floor, every OBGYN, they're affiliated with a specific chiropractor that focuses on the health of a baby. I mean, could you imagine that? I mean, you know what that does? The incidence of coliciness goes down. Incidence of type 1 diabetes goes down. Incidence of ear infections, breathing problems, asthma, allergies, skin conditions, all of that goes down. Why? Because there's less or no stress on the nervous system. The ability to breastfeed increases. It's easier. Sleep patterns are better. Mom is happier. Baby's happier. If mom and baby are happier, you know who's the last person. Dad's happy, right? And so think about this, right? I mean, that is my vision. So with this show, it's not just, hey, come into the clinic and become a new patient. Of course, I want that for you and your family. I want that for you. Right? I want that for my patients to experience not just amazing chiropractic care, but I want you to experience a whole new level of health care that you've created for you and your family. It's not just you listening. It's not just your family listening to this. It's not just my patients and listening to this. Like literally my vision is that there's a chiropractor that goes into hospitals and checks baby spines after they're born. Because you know who deserves it? The baby does. The mom does. You guys deserve it. You deserve it. Why should that be withheld to you until you have back pain someday? Why should that be withheld from your child until they have scoliosis someday? Or they have chronic ear infections, or they're on multiple antibiotics, or maybe they have ADHD or asthma or allergies or whatever the case may be. Why would we withhold something that can benefit someone's health so to wait till it gets bad? I don't understand that. This doesn't make sense, because we're not taught how important the nervous system is. And so I'm here to tell you that the spine protects your nervous system. Your spine must be healthy from the get-go, and it has to be maintained for the rest of your life. Not Dr. Nick research. Medical research proves that if you're not getting adjusted, after 15 days of not getting adjusted, 15, your spine wants to start to degenerate, especially when there's trauma and damage to the spine, right? So if you're listening right now and you're like, I had no idea the spine's that important. I had no idea my kids need to have their spine checked. Maybe, just maybe, they don't have to be on medication for the rest of their life. Maybe, just maybe, I don't have to be on medication for the rest of my life, right? If you're listening right now, guys, listen, it's like getting a blood test done, right? But we have to see what the x-rays look like, right? We have to see what spines look like. We can't just guess. We can't just wait till they're 60 and their spine looks bad. No. The spine has to be healthy now. It has to be checked now. And you know what? If I talk to any parent who's brought their kid into our clinic, whether it's prevention, wellness, whether they're trying to heal from a disease or chronic illness, if you ask any parent, they would never say, I wish I didn't know about my kid's spine. I wish I didn't bring him to a chiropractor. No, that's not said. It's not even, they say, why did I wait so long? Why didn't my pediatrician tell me about this? I didn't know you could see babies and kids. You guys, health should not be withheld from people health should not be withheld from people who are healthy. It should just be for the sick. It needs to be for the well. And so he talked about Hannah, who lost 30 pounds, neck pain's completely gone, thyroid problems gone, sleep problems are gone. She gets her life back. And guess what? She still gets care in the clinic. Not only did she get her life back, she goes, if it's good for me, it's got to be good for my kids. So now I see her 2 kids in the clinic, and they're doing amazing. They're doing amazing. You know, guys, my heart breaks for the people that are listening to the show who are hopeless. My heart breaks for maybe it's you, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your kids, your grandkids, maybe it's your neighbor. My heart breaks for the people that are listening to this show who have no idea what health is, and they have no idea how to improve their health, and they're lost. Because at the end of the day, I wake up in the morning, I think about the people who are broken physically, who are stuck in a hospital right now, who are told that this medication is the answer, the only answer. For how long? Forever. My heart's broken for the people that had to get surgery and they're having to recover from surgery. My heart's broken for the people that are waiting in line in urgent care to get in, one out. My heart breaks for the baby that's being held by the dad when they run into the urgent care or run into the ER with chronic ear infections, a screaming child with a horrible immune system response. My heart breaks for the mom that has multiple children and with autoimmune disease or autism or depression, the kids with depression and anxiety. My heart breaks for that family. And so I'm blessed. We're blessed to see so many families be healthy and well, including mine. But I also know that that's not the norm in our culture. And for me to see people be the abnormal ones in our culture because their family's healthy breaks my heart for the people that don't know the truth. And so my hope and prayer for the people that are listening to the show right now, that no matter how far you or your kids or your grandkids or your spouse may have gone with the loss of their health, and maybe you've just been feeding people medication, taking the medication, that's all you know. Listen, it's okay. And what's amazing is that if you just take action in the right direction, then you can actually see amazing healing happen. You can actually see amazing healing happen. You know how I know? Because we see it every day. Where people think they were broken, people think that they were lost, people think that they destroyed their body or their kid's body with all these antibiotics or whatever the surgeries, whatever the case may be. There's no hope. Well, I'm here to tell you that there's hope, and I see it every single day happen. I see hope and healing. I see hope and healing, and it's grace, and it's the will of the body to heal itself. And if we find damage in the spine, we take out the interference of the spine, the body's going to do one thing: it's going to heal. But we can't just guess what our spine looks like. We can't just say, well, I think it's good or I think it's bad, and just take it for what it is. You can't just say, oh, it's good or bad. I think so. No, x-rays don't lie. They're black and white. They show us exactly what's going on in the spine. If there's problems in the spine, we want to correct those problems and maintain your health of your spine so that it helps your nervous system function and heal at 100%. This is why we see about 80% of our clinic is people who've been there for 5, 6, 8, 10 years. Why? Because they realize if this is good for me, then why would I ever stop? It's kind of like that person is like, I'm going to lose all this weight in the gym, but I'm going to stop going to the gym. That doesn't work out. How about I'm going to eat really healthy for like 90 days, and then I'm just going to stop eating healthy and see what happens. Guys, it doesn't work with chiropractic. You got to make sure that your spine is healthy from the get-go and maintained from the get-go, right? And so, guys, if you're listening to the show and you want hope, here's great hope. His name's Josh. Josh came in about 6 months ago, 50 pounds overweight, had horrible high blood pressure, cholesterol issues, and numbness and tingling in his hands. That was his biggest thing. He had numbness and tingling in his hands that would wake him up at night. And Josh, when he first came in, he was listening to the show, and he goes, man, I felt like you were speaking straight to me. I go, why? He goes, I'm that guy who just takes ibuprofen. I just deal with it. I just say, it must be my job. There's no way I can get healthy, whatever the case may be. He goes, that was me. He goes, I was on multiple medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, and nothing seems to be working. I can't sleep at night because my numbness and tingling. He goes, but what you said makes sense. I've just ignored the problem for years. My body's screaming at me something's wrong. It's time that I do something different. And we looked at his neck. We did a full exam of Josh's spine. We checked out posture, range of motion, did a nerve system scan, did a full set of x-rays. And we saw degeneration in his lower neck. We saw disc degeneration, bone spurring in his lower neck, on the nerves that went straight to his fingertips. And those same exact nerves branched off and go to his cardiovascular system. No wonder his cholesterol was high. No wonder his blood pressure was high. No wonder he couldn't sleep at night because the numbness and tingling in his hands. So what we started to do with Josh, we started to take pressure off the spine with specific chiropractic adjustments and spinal rehab. We started to adjust his cervical spine. And what's amazing, in the last 6 months, of course, his numbness and tingling is completely gone. He's sleeping like he should through the night. His high blood pressure is down by 50%. His cholesterol is completely back to normal. His doctor took him off all of his cholesterol medication, and he's down to 1 high blood pressure pill when he was on 3 of them before. You want to talk about someone who's happy and healthy and healing? That's Josh. So it all started with him coming to the clinic. So if you're listening to the show right now, you're like, man, I got to see if you can help me with my numbness and tingling or blood pressure issues, whatever it is. Normally to come into the clinic is $150, but if you're listening to this show right now and you call right now, it's only $60 for a whole entire new patient exam, which includes x-rays. So this is the catch. You got to pick up the phone and call. When you call, I will answer the phone. I will schedule you, and we'll take the $60 payment over the phone. That way, when you come in, there's no additional cost whatsoever. The number to call right now is 314-323-7214. 314-323-7214. We'll be right back after the break. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. Appreciate you. Keep making comments in below. I know I'm getting back to a couple of you right now. If you do want to schedule a new patient appointment, text or call the number on the screen right now, 314-323-7214. Or you can go to our website at healthfromwithinstl.com. Healthfromwithinstl.com. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and tune in next time.